Hi.
What?
Hi. As you know, Mother's Day is just around the corner.
Oh, honey, come on. You don't have to get me anything.
Well, yes, I do. How many days a year do I get to give my mom a sappy card I pretend doesn't make me cry? Besides, RJ and I have already talked about it, and we're going to do the whole shebang. Breakfast in bed, we're going to go to a movie. It'll be great.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I might as well take advantage of these things while I'm living back at home.
I wanted to be there for you this morning, but you were up and out of the house so early. So is everything okay? First day waking up without Liam?
Yeah, and then again right there. But now all I need is for Liam to sign a couple of docs.
Where is she?
I put this on his calendar.
Well, I could have him sign it later, man. It's not that big of a deal. Look, I did look over the covers for the tabloids like you asked.
Any lawsuits?
None that I foresee, but...
You gotta be kidding me. He's making our tabloids too respectable.
And yet circulation is up. Odd.
Yeah. Well, if there's, scandal that you're looking for, you always have the photo of Hope taking the pill.
I can't risk alienating my son again.
Why not? You're the king of reeling him back in.
True.
No, don't. It's uncomfortable enough around here when he's brooding about something you've done. Thank goodness he didn't find out about the reporters you sent after Hope.
Yeah, that was risky. But I had to find out if Hope could handle the pressure.
And it worked out to your favor. Hope moved out.
Now I just have to sit back and watch.
As if you're capable.
No more brace. Congratulations.
No, I had a checkup this morning. Good as new. Ta-da!
You're lucky you didn't break your leg.
Yeah, Hope's lucky I didn't break anything. God, I just have so many fittings this week, and me wiggling out of those little pieces with a cast on my leg. I mean, really?
Well, that was quite a sight. I'm happy to see that you've thrown yourself back into your work here. It tells me that your life doesn't constantly revolve around Liam.
Of course it doesn't. Though it's easier for me to say that now. Now that Hope's moved out of Liam's house.
Liam.
Sit back and watch? What is it exactly you're not supposed to be interfering in? And please, for the love of God, don't say it involves me.
Sales figures. Watching them rise. You've made some smart moves as editor. Unfortunately, you're still lacking in promptness.
Traffic was brutal. Give me a break.
Three of us made it here on time.
Yeah. Am I supposed to be signing something or...
There you go, buddy.
Oh, my... Wow.
That letter has to be finished by this afternoon.
Already done.
Really?
Yeah, wrote about Aspen Fashion Week. And don't worry, kept the focus on design. Even though I wanted to write about how much I hate the paparazzi, but whatever.
Just doing their jobs, Liam. Same as you and me.
Liam broke it off,
No.
but Hope moved out.
It was nothing like that, Grandma. Hope just wanted to do the right thing, Wait until marriage.
Oh. Oh, but she doesn't really think. She sort of waves her hand. All these events that have happened these past few weeks have just kind of disappeared. Too bad. I was hoping it had more to do with the fact that he tore up those papers.
Well, she doesn't really know about that.
He didn't tell her?
No.
And you didn't tell her?
Almost last night. I got stuck having dinner with Hope at Dad and Brooke's house.
That must have been very interesting.
You know what? It was fine, actually. But Hope is sensing something. She knows how confident I am. I practically had to bite my tongue not to drop that bomb on her.
You do seem very confident.
It was weird waking up in my old room this morning. It took a minute for it to sink in that Liam wasn't beside me. But moving out really was the right decision, and we both know that. I mean, after dealing with the press and questioning my integrity, I know that it's better to stay true to who I am.
I'm so proud of you. Just don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. I'm always here for you. So is Dr. Barton.
I really wish I had only taken those 2 pills that she prescribed instead of... You know what? I'm just glad that it's over.
Is it? Well, you know, you moved back home and Steffi still hasn't signed those annulment papers. The waiting time could be stressful. Are you tempted to take any more?
This is well done. You're really coming into your own here.
Thanks.
Of course, I guess you had plenty of time to knock this out last night, being that you were alone and all.
Yeah.
You doing okay with that little hope?
Matter of fact, I am, especially since it's for such a short time.
So I don't suppose you took my advice about calling your wife?
Nope.
Well, that's too bad, because I would suspect that Steffi is feeling about as lonely as you are right now.
You know, here's a fun fact. I actually didn't have to call her because we spoke face to face.
Last night?
Yeah, she stopped by.
Well, tell me she didn't leave.
As far as we know, Liam and Hope are getting married really soon. And if that's what Liam wants, then I guess I'll have to learn to be okay with it.
I believe you would. You're strong.
Well, I have a certain role model.
You know, thank you. Liam sometimes reminds me of your grandfather. He's got a lot of goodness in him. Honey, I just think he's flirting with the idea of being with somebody like Hope. I honestly believe he's going to end up with you.
You know, when we were sitting by the river in Aspen, I could hear him ripping the papers up. I looked into his eyes as the pieces were just falling into the river. It was the single most romantic moment of my life. Hope wonders why I'm so confident. If she had seen the look on his face, she'd know what I know. Our marriage is not over.
Mom, you don't have to worry. You don't. I know that this is a really stressful time, but I am stronger. I don't want anything to do with those pills ever again. And I told Liam to get rid of them. Yeah, I thought that they were helping me, but they were just clouding my mind. They were covering up everything that I knew was wrong. They were undermining my relationship with Liam. They were turning me into a liar because that is what drugs do.
I guess people have to be careful when a doctor says they need medication.
Yeah, but I mean, that's different when something's prescribed to you. I'm talking about ones that aren't prescribed. Those pills almost cost me everything that was good in my life. It even put Steffi at risk, and I was so irresponsible taking a pill anytime things got too hard.
That is true, but you were overwhelmed.
Yeah, I was, but what was I thinking? I mean, trying to fix things just by popping a pill whenever I felt like it? I mean, Mom, it could have cost me everything. It could have cost me my life. Yeah, I thought that they were taking the edge off, but they were just turning me into someone that I'm not. Someone that I don't ever want to be ever again.
I'm just glad that things worked out the way they did.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am too. Liam and I are good, and we'll be getting married soon.
Despite Steffi's efforts.
Oh, yeah, yes, my life would have been easier if she signed the annulment papers, but I feel like now Liam and I, we've been through something. We've been tested, and we are together, and we're so much stronger. And you and I are going to plan a really beautiful wedding, and it's going to be here before we know it. And there is nothing Steffi can do to change that.
Have you talked to Liam yet today?
No, but I'm gonna head over there soon, just say hello.
Ask him if he had any visitors last night.
Oh, I think we both know he did. Steffi had that look in her eye.
As soon as she found out you weren't living with him anymore.
I don't know why she's doing this to herself. Liam has made it very clear that their marriage is over.
She's stubborn. She doesn't want to lose.
It's almost sad. You know, that Steffi's clinging to these fantasies. Doesn't matter. I believe in Liam. I believe in our future together.
It's not a trick question. Did Steffi spend the night?
I said she stopped by. I didn't say she came in. We had a wonderful conversation in the doorway, and then she left.
Liam, are you kidding me? Your wife, your beautiful, sexy wife, comes to you when you're alone, and you're telling me you had chit-chat in the doorway?
I'm not alone because I'm with Hope.
Let me explain how this works. When a girl moves out of your house, it is obvious that she's giving you some freedom.
Let me explain something to you. We're not breaking up, okay? The wedding is still on. We're just not living together until that. This is not a difficult concept. And by the way, it's not all that uncommon. I can handle a few more weeks of solitude.
So once you've had this magical wedding, are you going to be able to handle it then? Because I have news for you. Hope's issues aren't going to melt away just because you say I do.
She doesn't want to live with a married man. That's not an issue. That's a moral stance. And besides, we both agree that it's just, at this point, better for Hope to do what feels right to her.
All right, so fine. In the meantime, you still have a wife.
Yeah, a wife who didn't want to come in last night.
Right.
I'm serious. Steffi told me that she is not setting foot in our house until it means she's coming home.
If Liam does decide to stay in our marriage, I owe Granddad a huge thank you.
Why? What did he do?
Well, he introduced me to Bob Hope movies.
Oh, no, how corny.
No, I'm serious. I was telling Liam, I was saying, I was thanking him for the memories, and then he interrupted me by saying that he was a huge Bob Hope fan. So obviously I started singing. And most people my age, we don't know Bob Hope lyrics, but he did. And so we started singing them together, and Grandma was just really cute and sweet and kind of corny at the same time.
Well, anybody that likes Bob Hope is okay in my book. But when did you do this little duet? Before or after you signed the annulment papers?
Oh my God. After. He was holding the papers and he was looking at the signature and we were singing together and it was really surreal. Anyways, I gotta head down to that meeting.
Go right ahead.
All right. Okay. Maybe I'll stop by and see Liam. Show him I'm not wearing a brace.
Ay, 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 ay.
Is it true? Steffi signed the annulment papers?
Good for Steffi. Too bad you messed it up.
Oh, what did I mess up?
The moment. You should have told her right then and there to move back in.
But, wouldn't that be awkward when Hope and I are married?
You know what? That would be funny if you had a sense of humor. But go ahead. Dig your heels in. Be stubborn. Just remember, tick-tock. Time's passing, and before you know it, your divorce is going to go through. And then you're going to be standing at the altar, looking into Hope's beautiful, blue, glassy, heavily medicated eyes.
Oh my God, Dad, she's not on the pills anymore.
Whatever, you may be buying what she's selling, but you know what? Let's suppose that's true. Instead, you'll be looking into her panicked eyes because, God forbid, a reporter tries to take a picture of her. She'll crumble just like she did in Aspen. Oh, that honeymoon, that's going to be a rockin' good time.
Am I interrupting?
Nope. Just getting my daily pep talk.
Oh, rah-rah. Hi.
So I understand you moved out.
Just until the wedding?
Well, whatever makes you comfortable.
Bill, I can only imagine what you've been saying to Liam. Look, this is not a step backwards. I am not running away. I am not retreating from anything. This is just me being true to who I am, something that I never should have ignored in the first place. I will move in with Liam the way I always intended, as his wife.
Well, I know my boy is counting the days. That would be my cue to leave you two cooing lovebirds alone.
Thank you.
Don't mind him.
I'm not. I really missed you last night. But I know that this decision was the right thing, even if your dad doesn't get it. I just really let things get out of control, and I want to be your wife so badly that I just thought that I could compromise. You know what? Never mind. It's done. It's over. I am myself again.
Yeah, you are.
So what if Steffi didn't sign the annulment papers? We're going to be married soon enough.
This is so exciting. I can't believe this. I can't wait to tell Hope. But she's with Liam right now. I'm sure he's telling her as we speak. But what Steffi did was so amazing. This is truly selfless on her
Who
part.
are you texting?
Hope.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Why not?
Well, I mean, Steffi signed the papers, but the marriage isn't over, honey.
Oh, I know, and I'm sure all that paperwork will get done. I'm sure Justin's on it right now. So, what happened? When did she sign the annulment papers? This morning?
No, when she was in Aspen.
Are you sure about that? Why wouldn't Liam say anything?
Because he tore them up.
No, Liam wouldn't do that. He's been waiting to marry Hope for a very long time.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to marry her anymore because she signed the papers and he tore them up.
No. No way. What is it that you're not saying? What does Steffi do?
Nothing.
Yes, she did something. She's manipulating the situation. What, did she bring up the pills that Hope is taking? Or what about her knee? Is she using her knee to get sympathy from Liam? Is that it? Stephanie, Liam would not tear up those annulment papers for no reason.
Well, he tore them up and Steffi had nothing to do with it.
I don't believe you.
Well, I can't help it if you don't believe me. She signed the papers, she gave him his chance to be with Hope, and he tore the papers up, and on top of it, he kissed her.
No.
I think there's a really good chance this marriage is going to hold. I know you don't want to hear that. Look, Brooke. Steffi is no shrinking violet. She is determined not to let Hope do to her what you did to her mother. She watched that fiasco through her whole adolescence, okay? She's not gonna let it happen. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe all these events and the time this past these few weeks, well, maybe Liam's had a really good chance to see Hope for exactly who she is. A very vulnerable and unstable young girl with a lot of really big emotional problems. Come on, she's a product of you and Deacon. And she's just as messed up at this moment in her life as you were when you were her age.